What's up guys, Mickle here, and it looks like the SEC is officially going after Ethereum. In this video, we're going to talk about what just happened in regards to Ethereum, because this is absolutely shocking and is going to completely transform the regulatory landscape going forward. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it, what I think is going to come out of this, because this is a massive development. I also want to talk about a huge find by Jeremy Hogan in the most recent filing in the Ripple SEC case out of Judge Torres. Now, this is absolutely fascinating, and it's going to make it clear to most of us that there is absolutely no way XRP is going to be declared a security by the SEC. Last of all, at the end of this video, I want to go over XRP price action. We are at a pivotal moment on the XRP price chart, and a member of Ripple just tweeted out something extremely interesting. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So real quick guys, make sure you do not miss out on your opportunity to get one of these XRP pennants. This thing looks absolutely sick. It's one of a kind. They're selling out fast. This one right here with the chain is only $74, but this one right here with a pennant on its own is only $40. So make sure to check that out. If you use the code MM, you're going to get 15% off. So if you want to get one before they sell out, the link will be in the description of this video. So let's jump into the video, and we need to start out with this Ethereum news because it just happened. It's breaking. It's what everyone's talking about. And I think we need to take this from two different perspectives. So I know a lot of people who watch this channel are probably predominantly focused on XRP. A lot of you probably hold Ethereum too. You likely hold other cryptocurrencies. A lot of people who hold XRP now hate Ethereum because of the free pass. But I want to point out one thing before we get into this. It is not good that the SEC is going after Ethereum. Regardless of your thoughts on Ethereum, the SEC already said it wasn't a security. The problem with the SEC now turning back on this decision is things are just going backwards now. We need to keep moving forward regardless of what mistakes were made in the past. It doesn't help if every single time we get a permanent decision on the status of an asset, regulators in the future just change their mind and turn around. It's not helpful at all. Now, I'm going to be on Twitter trolling a bunch of Ethereum maxis who were trolling XRP holders when the SEC brought this case, but it doesn't mean I think the SEC going after Ethereum is a good thing. I think the people who never thought the SEC were going to go after Ethereum were completely naive and were blind to what was happening to this industry, and that is completely absurd. But it is not good that the SEC is going after Ethereum. We need to make progress in this industry, and it feels like we're only going backwards. Now, in other countries, we are making progress, and I think the United States will figure it out eventually, but I'm not celebrating the SEC now going after Ethereum. I just think the people who are saying, oh, this is never going to happen, the people who are saying this was only an XRP problem, were kind of delusional and deserve getting some you-know-what for it. But anyway, let's jump into exactly what's going on here. I know I said a couple times in the intro of this video that it was the SEC going after Ethereum. It's actually the New York Attorney General. But guys, let's face it. There is one person driving this narrative that tokens are securities, and it's not the New York Attorney General. We know who is behind this. It is Gary Gensler, and this is the SEC doing backdoor regulation. What is happening here is essentially KuCoin is getting sued, and in the lawsuit against KuCoin, they are alleging that ETH is an unregistered security. I think we can all agree, based on what I just said, the SEC is behind this. This is what the SEC does. They do backdoor regulation. The SEC made a massive mistake when they tried to sue Ripple, saying XRP was a security, because Ripple put up a massive fight and the SEC is getting their butt kicked. So the SEC is abandoning that strategy. They are done going after people with money and people who are going to be willing to fight for their project. Instead, they're going to go after an exchange who likely doesn't want to fight, hope that exchange just rolls over on that token being a security, and then they're going to take it and run with it. That is exactly what's happening here. The SEC is coming out and saying, KuCoin, you messed up here, here, and here. And by the way, can you just also agree that you think Ethereum's a security? Thanks, we're going to use that as the precedent going forward. It is backdoor regulation. It's regulation by enforcement. It's completely disgusting, but this is what we're stuck with. Now, like I said, I am not celebrating this at all. It's bad. We're going backwards, and the SEC shouldn't be able to make regulation like this. But at the end of the day, it was kind of shocking to me that more people didn't see this coming. I mean, the SEC was raging a war on all of crypto, and crypto law, John Deaton's law firm tweeted out, for all those who spent the last 2 years ignoring the Ripple case and disparaging the warnings from the XRP community, welcome to the party, my friends. And that's pretty much all I can say here. People should have been paying attention. More people should have stood up for Ripple when the SEC went after them. People were naive. They thought this was only a Ripple and XRP problem. We all know now that that is the furthest thing from the truth, and the SEC is trying to stop all innovation no matter who you are. Now, with all that said, we actually did have the first digital asset subcommittee today in Congress. I thought it was actually relatively productive. We didn't get anything groundbreaking or anything like that, but it seems like most of the people on that committee are pretty pro crypto. It seems like there really is a lot of people in Congress who used to not support crypto starting to understand it. It's a great sign, and you did hear Gary Gensler's name coming up a lot, and also people in Congress bringing up the question, hey, how is everything clearly a security if the #1 regulator at the SEC and the #1 regulator at the CFTC can't even agree on the second biggest token? I think this is a great question, and it's just kind of destroying this narrative that everything's super clear and you just need to come in and register with the SEC. It looks like most people don't agree with that, and you really saw a lot of skepticism in Congress. Now, there was this one guy, Lee Rainers, who it seemed like all the crypto skeptics would always go to whenever they needed someone to say something bad about cryptocurrencies, but this guy just doesn't really know what he's talking about. All his arguments are based around the fact that cryptocurrencies don't have utility, and therefore they're really not that important to our future financial system. Well, it's really hard to take this argument seriously, because if you just take a look at the first cryptocurrency ever made, Bitcoin, there's not even that advanced technology in it, but it's doing more transactions every single year than the Visa payment network. This is the definition of utility. If Bitcoin doesn't have utility with doing that number of transactions, then the Visa payment network doesn't have utility either, which we all know is an absurd statement. They bring people on like this who just don't know what they're talking about, and although it's annoying to listen to, I think the good news is that most of the people there did understand that these arguments just didn't make any sense. So I really do think on some levels we are heading in the right direction. Now, I want to finish this video off and talk about some XRP news, because Jeremy Hogan found something very interesting in Judge Torres's most recent ruling that makes most people out there extremely positive that XRP will never be declared a security in this case. So what Jeremy Hogan pointed out here, and I'm just going to read his tweet and then break it down. In Judge Torres's most recent order, she cited the Marine Bank vs. Weaver case at least 3 times when discussing what a reasonable XRP purchaser believed when they bought XRP. It's a Supreme Court case which asked whether the thing being sold was commonly thought as a security. And this case directly cites the agreement in question is not the type of instrument that comes to mind when the term security is used. So right here in this final decision, Judge Torres is actually citing a case multiple times that's directly talking about the asset at hand not being a security. Now, attorney Fred hadn't seen this before, but he actually commented in response to this, and he says, this is another reason why I'm not 100% sure that Ripple can't win outright. I still think there is a chance Judge Torres could give Ripple a complete win at summary judgment, and this right here is one of the reasons he thinks that. Essentially, what Judge Torres is alluding to here is that just like in this Supreme Court case, the asset XRP in this current case is not the security. Maybe certain things go to trial, like maybe one of Ripple's business deals when they packaged XRP as an investment contract. But that does not make the asset a security, and that is exactly what Judge Torres is saying here. Jeremy Hogan was one of the few lawyers out there I talked to recently who thinks Judge Torres is going to give Ripple an outright win and there is no way XRP is going to be declared a security. I think it's really cool seeing things like this that he's pointing out because it really shows me where his logic is coming from, and I have to say I completely agree. Why would Judge Torres be putting something like this in her order if she didn't plan on referencing it later on? It looks like to me XRP being a security is completely out of the question, and at this point it's just a matter of time. And I want to finish this video off and talk about the XRP price chart because we are seeing a decent amount of volatility in all markets right now, but one thing I think is extremely important to point out is XRP is still just bouncing around in this range. It hasn't really come close to breaking out to the upside or downside yet, but when it breaks it will catapult. Right now, any pump or dump I see in this triangle we've been watching is just noise. It doesn't mean anything, but we have to see what's going to play out over these next couple days because we do know a decision in the Ripple SEC case is imminent, and that could be the exact thing that could give us the momentum to break out to the upside. And I just want to show you what a member of Ripple actually just tweeted out. It's Anthony Welfare. He's the head of Ripple's CBDC team. He says, feels like the markets are about to explode, and then tweeted out this video of fireworks. It's not me saying it, it's a member of Ripple. Let's see what happens over the next couple days. We know XRP hasn't made a new all-time high in like 4 years now. The fundamentals have been growing exponentially. Eventually, a lot of good news needs to be priced in XRP, and I think we are right around the corner from it. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much, and for now, Mickle out.